Okay, beautiful. So, this is what they'd like me to do today. So I checked in like an hour ago when I was trying to get my lovely hair to dry, and they uh, asked me to please come on and channel, and I'm going to channel their voice, but then they want me to turn this into a Q&A. So that means that you guys can ask questions. You can ask questions in the chat. You can come on live and ask questions. This is a nice small group where it won't seem as intimidating to chat with me because they really want me to teach. Uh, Oops, sorry, one more. They want me to teach from the questions so that you guys feel like you're really getting your answers. Okay. Then me just kind of giving a bunch of information, and then when we sign off, you guys always have questions. I rather you just get them answered. So don't be afraid to write in the chat. Just know I am a little technologically challenged. So if I miss your question, I am so sorry. I'm going to do my best to really go through them. Um, and and if I miss one, I will write you an email and answer you. Okay. Um, okay. So this video is not going to go on YouTube because I need waivers from all of you to do that. So meaning it may go on YouTube as hidden just so I can then send it to you, but no one sees it except for me and everyone that paid for this that's in this group. Okay. So I just want you to know, you know, have some kind of safe comfort level. Um, okay. So let us begin. Let me just make sure there isn't one more trying to come in. I think Dawn's here. Hi, Dawn Lovebug. Okay. Um, okay, so here we go. Okay, so this is where they want to begin. So there is so much going on energetically right now. And the world is under a deep uh, evolution and ascension. And you're all feeling very, very, very overwhelmed. And we want you to know that we can feel all your overwhelm, and we're doing everything we can do to help you at this time. So we want you to know that if you could see yourself from our vantage point, you would see so much love and so much beauty. You would then be overwhelmed with that. So, right now, you're feeling overwhelmed. Most of humanity is feeling overwhelmed with fear and feeling overwhelmed with panic and unsafety, not knowing what's going to happen next. And we want you to know that we look at you through a lens of love and happiness and joy, and we're able to see all the beauty within you. And so we're going to attempt to take you on a journey today through Amy answering your questions to lead you back to hope and peace and joy. And the good news is that Amy is psychic. So she can tune in to what's going to happen. So this is why we move this into a lovely Q&A so that you can get your answers addressed. Okay. So They want me to ask you if you're all feeling good about that. You can give me like a thumbs up or a nod. We're feeling good. Okay, awesome. I love seeing all your smiling faces. Beautiful. So they first want me to just, there's two topics that they want me to address, and then I'm going to move to questions. One is they want to talk about the government and how the government is undergoing large amounts of changes. And this isn't so much about if so that you're all in the US, so they're going to have me gear this towards US. So they're saying that this isn't necessarily about your candidate being chosen or not being chosen, because uh, there's large amounts of fear going into this election, yet you have zero control over it. So really right now, this is about surrender and trust. And Amy is here to tell you that they're not going to leave you to flail and die on the side of the road. So there's definitely a plan in place in heaven or on the other side. They have a plan. And so what needs to happen is the the old way of doing things isn't working. And for centuries, humans have gone through periods where they have been willing to sacrifice their freedoms in exchange for security or perceived security. So when Amy teaches this, she talks about safety, to making you all feel safe. And so think of it this way: you have become the child, and the government has become the parent. And this isn't working anymore. And so it over time, it has been where the government or structures, they have another word that I'm not getting, but where governmental structures or authority, that's the word, authority tells you what to do and what you can't do. And that's not really serving you anymore, because energetically, humanity is, they hate the word evolving, but you know what I mean, is evolving and transitioning to new vibrations, to a new way of life where you're going to feel freer. So right now, you're all feeling fear and overwhelmed because there's change. And change is a very tough thing for humans because you don't know what's going to happen. Okay. So right now, government is breaking down. And over the next 4 years, you're going to start to see the US government focus heavily on the environment. And we're supporting that. So whether you're for that candidate or not, it doesn't matter. We want you to start to look beyond, that and look at the energetics of helping the world. So first, we're going to begin to, uh, uh, sorry, this shifted me. So we're going to begin to look at the environment and how to create a sustainable world, okay? And when we begin to move into 2021, you're going to enter what we call a restoration phase. And the restoration phase weighs heavily on the environment. So this is a big, big energetic plan where if we, spirit and all your helpers, can get planet Earth, to vibrate at a sustainable level, it will trickle into all the other areas that you're worried about to then help and raise the vibration. So Amy is going to answer lots of questions about the government. She's a little nervous about it because she's not political, but we're going to just feed her the answers of what they're telling me. Okay. Before she takes questions, she just wants to show you something. So we're in the very baby beginner phase of this restoration phase. So pretty much things are going to continue over the next few months in the US to break down. Okay. And then when we enter into the heavy restoration phase, it's going to feel like more of two worlds are colliding. So right now it feels heavy, like there's two different sides, and there's been two sides, and there needs to be an integration period where two sides come together. And so, okay, so this is Amy. So I have, as you know, I have Julia, my daughter, and I don't tell her any of this, like anything going on with she's 13, she's in 7th grade, so we tell her what she needs to know about the world. But she is an artist, and she channels these very energetic pieces, and when I see them, I start to catch on that she's doing it in sequential order of what's happening in the world. So I just want to show you the latest piece. So this is her, and I'm going to teach from it. So this is her rough draft, um, and she's about to put it on canvas. So she painted this just on cardboard. And so I want you to see, this is the restoration phase. So there's the darkness here, this is the fear they're talking about. This is like a segregated world that we've been in. Okay. Don just wrote, wow, I actually get moved when I look at this because I'm getting choked up. This is her generation. These are her people that are going to create this. So here is all the light. So it does look like a DNA strand. Mary, I just saw that. I think that was Mary that wrote that. I love that. Yeah. So basically, I love the visual Julia provided us, because so this, when Spirit talked about in the beginning that we can see you in all your beauty, they're talking about your light, and they're talking about the light that you shine on the world. So even when you feel like you're here in fear, you have large amounts of light and good inside your body. Because if you're on this video, your soul wants to make a difference in the world, or wants to have a better world for your children and your grandchildren and all those that come after you, and for yourself. So your beautiful light is magnificent, and you shine that into the world. And so this is what's starting to break down. This is what's breaking down authority and structures right now. And they're trying to have me articulate not to dip into this so heavy, to surrender, because the light is going to basically fix it. Okay. And so what is going to happen is eventually this is going to begin to get all light and rainbow, and work its way towards peace. Many of you have been with me for a long time, and you've heard me talk about duality. And duality is when there's light and dark, two opposite ends of the spectrum, right? Two opposite ends. And so there needs to be some level of darkness in order to have the light be able to sustain its vibration. But it doesn't have to be malice darkness. It doesn't have to be what we would call bad. Okay. It doesn't need to be so so heavy in our atmosphere in order for this to sustain. Okay. So I wanted to show you this. Love it. And she just started to put it on a canvas. So this is going to be her original. You could see she kind of like draws it out with a pencil first. And yeah, so once it's completed, I'll post it somewhere. But I just wanted to show you that because basically this is this is Julia's interpretation of a restoration phase, and I've never talked to her about it. So a little bit on restoration in 2021 is that we're going to start to see things, our oceans thriving and start to have more interests in the environment. So the oceans are definitely something that Spirit is leaning towards us looking at to help or get involved in. We're going to start to see much more like natural resources come into play and like living off the land and leaning more into, you know, healthy eating, which we've all been trying to do, but also like start to see the medical community get more into herbology and the holistic arts and have a nice crossover, a nice integration there. They already had me talk about government breaking down with the ultimate goal of us all having more freedom, having more intuition, be able to make our own choices and our own decisions on what's highest and best for us. There'll be a restoration phase with children of the world. So they're very specific about homeschooling, where parents that feel that it may not be highest and best for their child to be homeschooled because they're trying to work and do it at the same time, maybe an example, we're going to begin to see more funding to help families so that they get some kind of relief. I have at least 5 amazing women, female teachers in my practice that are looking to start schools in their homes with beautiful gardens and yards for children. And that's going to start to get much more popular, especially for the little ones, right? The little ones that just can't sit still over Zoom. It's very difficult for them. They're asking that if you're able to donate or give time to causes to support children that are suffering. So right now they have an example would be, I'm going to have a bingo on December 18th, and the cause has to do with children in foster care. So that would be an example of children that are suffering, children that don't have things, children that don't have parents. So imagine living through COVID right now and you don't have a mom and dad to lean on. It's devastating and it's very moving to me, to be honest. So I think this is when we start to interact. Let's do it. I think I went almost halfway-ish. Let me look at my clock. Yes. Okay. So let me look at the chat and see if there are any questions. If there's not, I think it's more about Julia's art, which I love. I'll show her that. She'll love that. Does anyone want to come on and ask a question? And I'll have the angels answer. No?
Amy, I just unmuted. It's Jenny.
Jenny.
Hello.
Yes. Hi, sweetie.
Hello. I want to hear more about the dark energy you talk. I understand the difference in duality, and I love Julia's piece, and I'm conscious of the black and white as an expression of the duality, for example. But you did say we need to have the duality, and it needs not to be bad energy. There's good dark or blackness, I guess, that can be in there. So my question is, how much of the dark stuff is in there now that we have to overcome?
They're telling me 70-30.
70 dark, bad
Yep.
dark? Okay.
Yeah, so they're saying your country way before the election, and before, so they're saying way before the election and before COVID, that the dark had ramped up, especially in the United States. And they're working effortlessly. They're saying tirelessly. I don't even know if that's a word, to mitigate this and flip it so it's 70 light and 30 dark. But we do not want you to go into fear, they're saying. So this isn't about being afraid that we're so off balance. This is about trusting and allowing all the good to pull through you, to emit through you, in order to help Earth move forward. Okay, what else do you need to know, Jenny?
Well, I guess you said a lot about what to do going forward, about surrendering, which I understand, but you're also talking about focusing on the earth. Is there any other, I think, so is there any other, and children and some of these things? I mean, so it gives us something to do as well as something kind of passive surrender. Any
Yep.
more to-do items?
So something just came in like a big message. So they want all of us to stop focusing on the politics. They want me to answer any and all questions about it, but to start to, like, it feels like our energy is like penetrating on this so intensely that we're slowing it up. It's
Our fear.
yeah, like everyone is so intense around it and what's going to happen, and they
Yep.
want us to begin to alleviate off of every minute detail, that we're all so hyper focused on every minute detail, and begin to take a breath and come out of all the it comes back to the media, to be honest, Jenny, and having the feeling what feels right to you inside your body, and not listening to what everybody else is telling us, right? Really feeling and making choices and decisions off of how it feels to you. Okay.
Will the media be, I know I don't want to dominate here, but will the media be flip also to a positive contributor towards the future?
So it's going to take some time, but in one of my last channelings I did, they had me explain that by springtime, we're going to see a group of people that get involved in shifting and changing the media for the better. So it takes like brave people to come into play, to really call it out and start to, we need numbers, we need people to get involved. They're saying we need you all to get involved, but not in a aggressive way, in a peaceful way. So the number one thing they're saying is just boycott it, just shut it all off. So it's I know Diane just said sign me up for new media, because we don't, there like, right? So let's talk about it. There isn't, we don't, none of us know what to listen to, none of us. And so, we need to begin to really like take back our own freedoms with it and say enough is enough.
Thank you. I'll let someone else. Thanks.
Okay. Yep, so a lot went on in the chat. So let me go to the chat. I think I saw you guys are worried about the ballots. Let's see. Okay, I'm going to read through the chat. So the corruption I see with ballots magically appearing from one side really concerns me. No postmarks, etc. So someone said, I second Linda's question. Okay, me 3, me 4. Okay, yes, but surrender, no control. Okay, I would like to hear as well about the ballots and the fraud that is potentially taking place right now. Okay. Oh, and then I want to address something Lynn said. Okay, let me go into the ballots. The ballots are an example of the corruption that has been taking place in your country for since it began. So we had Amy explain in a previous video about how your country was built on bloodshed and how uh, it goes back to the Native Americans and when white man first came to this country. And so until uh, as until humans in America begin to uh, require that things are done differently, this corruption will keep coming into play over and over again. And so it's we want you to trust that we're going to handle it and that we will make right of this. And it needs to play out. It needs to play out so that all humans can see that we all need to be doing the right thing, that you all need to be doing the right thing and work from a place of integrity. Okay, I hope I addressed that somewhat. Uh, so to give you a little more, I feel that obviously we're going to have recounts, and I said, my husband asked me what I thought about this election, and I said, when I tuned in, I said phase 1 is it looks like Biden has secured the presidency. I said phase 2 will be a recount of ballots. And then again, Biden will secure the presidency. And then phase 3, there will be lawsuits. And again, Biden will secure the presidency. So that is energetically, if that helps you, gives you some kind of answer of what's going to happen. They're saying that the corruption with the ballots is there because um, like Amy always teaches, humans do not go inward unless it's a catastrophic time. And you as humans need to have a last straw, and you need to say enough is enough in order to begin to make some changes. Okay. Feel free to come on and ask me more questions about it. I have Kathy. Kathy Love, before I go to you, I want to address something that one of you wrote, because it took me down a little teaching path. Okay, they want me to look at it. Lynn wrote, it doesn't feel like the election results are providing us with more independence or choice. Okay, so what Spirit has explained to me needs to happen over time is that there needs to be more options than just Democratic and Republican. And we need to feel as humans that we have more freedom to elect outside of that and elect. This is why these two political parties are going to begin to break down. So begin to have more options and freedoms and be able to make uh, vote or elect leadership that feels more in alignment with humanity and not just in alignment with issues. So I hope that brings you some kind of answer there, Lynn. Kathy, do you want to come on, love? Do you feel comfortable?
Yes, hi.
Hi, how are you?
So the restoration phase, you were
Mhm.
talking about, and moving towards environmental issues, I assume, or environmental.
Yes, but can I say one thing before you
Yeah.
continue?
Yeah.
What I might have missed in this explanation, because I went through it a little quickly, was that when when we begin to put the energetics into the environment, it trickles over into finances and it trickles over into everything you guys are worried about. So it's basically the root of what we should be looking at is the environment.
Gotcha.
Okay.
So my question, I guess, is where we might begin in that, and in doing something towards that.
Okay. Well, I think it depends on your own so again, it's not about them telling you what to do. They're leaning you all towards what do you feel. So they have me for beautiful example is Amy decided to have this holiday bingo with lots of shenanigans with you guys. And the cause, it took me about 48 hours to really feel the cause.
Mhm.
And so I didn't want Spirit to pick it, and they refused to pick it. They had me go in
Okay.
side and be like, what feel you're the one living there, Amy. You're the one in the trenches. That's what they always say to me. What do you feel passionate about? And so they're going to pass that off to you, Kathy, is you have beautiful intuition inside your body. And when you think about the environment, we could, all of you, break it down into ocean, land, trees. We see fire, horrible fires in our own country.
Mhm.
And so either it could be a monetary donation, it could be, or some people are leaders and organize things and put groups together. Uh, it could be planting a tree with your son, right?
Did that.
Yeah, it could be all of the above.
Yeah.
And just also surrendering and allowing Spirit to just send you something that feels right to you to do,
Okay.
right?
Okay.
So can I piggyback on that? That was a good question.
Yeah.
So is part of what we're supposed to do is not only find our it, but also get each of us to care passionately about something in this direction. So the caring itself is part of the critical movement. Is that right?
Yeah, so I think there's energetics, Jenny, behind this, where is that like the houses we live in that bring us comfort sit on land. And I think this comes back to gratitude and being grateful for the energetics of Mother Earth and what it provides us. They're trying to take us as humans back to basics. So we cannot sustain life without oxygen. And so the trees provide us oxygen, yet we're not us, but specifically, but we're burning, like causing, there's environmental factors involved where, trees get ripped down to build things, or there's not a lot of preservation. In some parts of the world, in the US, there are, but it's having more like looking at nature or earth through a loving lens of gratitude, of, you give me comfort, and you give me, I'm able to have this beautiful life here, and so this is what I give back to you, right? The big thing right now is the CO2 levels. That's, they have, my understanding is that the CO2 levels are making us very sick. A lot of our illnesses come from that, because it kicks up. They're saying if you look into microbiology, the CO2 then kicks up all like the viruses and things that are in the dirt that then we breathe in. Do you want to add to that, Jenny? Do you want to re-ask me something, or?
No, I think you get, I'm not a person who does environmental things. That hasn't been my rhythm, but I want to be part of the solution. So, but I do care passionately about things that do resonate with me. So focusing on gratitude is very helpful, because there are a lot of things that are environmental in nature for which I'm grateful. And somebody put in Native Americans, and that's something that I can personally relate to. So thank you for that comment.
Yes. So they're passionate right now about any causes to do with Native Americans, or even like taking part in anything that's a Native American ritual, if it feels right to you. So like, I know Judy's on here. She loves Native American energy. She has a drum. She has all kinds of cool things. And it's like every time she uses one of those items, it's honoring them. So it's not just like doing, it has a lot to do with intention and having gratitude. Um,
And the
okay.
Native Americans also lived off the land happily. So
Yes. Okay. So yep, they lived off of the land. So they're kind of taking us back to that in a very contemporary way. Okay. So let me see what's going on in the chat, because I see Lisa's on here. Yeah, we need to turn the TV off. Okay. 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 What do I feel about the new rules about having to wear masks all the time in public? Should I move out of the state for a while? Okay. So honestly, so just remember that this is coming from them. Okay. The spirit would have us all rip our masks off, because it's all fear based and it's energy that draws it towards you. Now, so meaning they are, so okay, let me word it this way, Jenny. Let me be very specific. So Governor Baker in our state dictating all of us, all these rules, is part of the governmental standards that need to start to break down. So meaning I'm looking at Kerry. If Kerry feels that she's going somewhere and she feels it's uses her intuition, and she feels, say at work, she wants to wear a mask, then she wears a mask. If I have Elizabeth on here, I think Elizabeth is a nurse, right? So you probably wear I love you, baby, by the way. So beautiful. So beautiful. And so if Elizabeth goes someplace and feels that she doesn't want to wear a mask, spirit is all about listening from within, and not having us judge others because they're doing the right thing they need to do for themselves. And that's a part of living, um, living uh, together, right? Cohesively. That's the word. Everyone living cohesively. And so, Jenny, let me just uh, read your question. I want to make sure I answer it. Jenny, Spirit's saying take a stand wherever you feel it's appropriate. That is their answer. They're saying to take a stand. They're saying Angel Amy is passionate about the flu vaccine, and she took a stand peacefully about us having a choice on whether to vaccinate our children for flu or not. And so any way you can, if it feels right to you, they're saying to peacefully take a stand. So that's their answer. Okay. So Lynn wrote, it's hard when it feels like evil is winning right now. I gotta look at Lynn. Can I see Lynn? Hi, Lynn. Hi, sweetie. Okay, Lynn, I've gotten the honor of getting to know you. And you and all of you have such a beautiful soul inside your body. And you vibrate at such a gorgeous magnitude that if you could see your power, there is nothing to fear. There is nothing to fear. You're just going to continuously draw good towards you, all of you. Okay. So trust that. So today in Massachusetts, we have this beautiful sunlight. Spirit wants you to look at the sun, look at the sunlight, and and feel that strength and feel that within you because it exists inside of you. So it's really just a journey back to self and a journey back to your beauty, and really holding that strong, uh, when we feel something that's evil. You know what they're showing me? Um, Often this isn't about religion, but the Roman Catholic Church has a statue of Mother Mary, and there's a snake at her feet, and her foot is on the snake. But she feels so graceful and she feels so powerful, in such a peaceful way. And so that is you. That is all of you. So remember that. It's that easy. You just gently place your foot on the head of the snake and you move on with your beautiful day. Okay? Oh, I think you're breaking up a little bit, so I can't hear you, love. Do you? No. I'm going to move to the next question, but feel free to write it in the chat. Okay. 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 I'm going to go into, okay. Okay. So Lisa's, okay. I'm going to go into her Civil War. Okay. Am I getting that if we put our love higher vibration? So let me go to Mary before I jump into the Civil War. Am I getting this right that if we put our love higher vibrations, empathy, and compassion, it will help all vibrations to elevate other people who are now lower vibrating? Yes. So if we put love and higher vibrations into the world or into the environment or into anything, it's going to then help government, our finances here, family issues. There's a trickle effect. Yes, Mary. Okay. Okay, let me go into Civil War before I do Dawn's comment. Okay. So Lisa, they want you and everyone that has that fear to know it's as easy as this. They're saying we're not going to allow that to happen. So we don't want you to go there. And over the next, they're saying maybe till February, we're going to see, they're saying, we're not saying you're not going to see fighting or disagreements. And right now there are two sides that are heavy and that needs to break down. They're saying it's not going to move to a point where there is war within our own country. And so they're not going to allow that to happen. They just said end of story. So I don't even know if I can elaborate on that. Lisa, can you come on for a minute? No? Oh, is she gone? Okay. Oh no, she's here.
Here, Amy, sorry.
Oh, hi, sweetie.
I have trouble sometimes.
Okay, I feel like I just need to interact with you a little bit to maybe like, it's okay, me too, with the technology.
Thank you.
It has to do with safety and feeling safe. And right now you, and not just you, love, uh, others on here are just feeling really, really, really unsafe. And so they want you to begin to find comfort in each day and what you do have, and lean into gratitude and begin to surrender to what you don't have control of. So they want me to talk about me. I'm very transparent. They're saying Angel Amy loves her routine. She loves her rituals and she loves doing everything on a schedule. And we're having her stop. And she's not liking us very much right now. And so the routines and the rituals and all the things make us feel safe. So the more that we can let go, really it's about letting go and surrendering that where we are guided and we're loved and we were created out of love, it's going to begin to create less fear around us so that we can tune in to the vibrations we need to be tuning into and do the things that we need to do. I hope, Lisa, that brings you some peace.
It really doesn't, but thank you.
I'm sorry. I do my best.
I know. Thank you.
You're welcome. Okay. Let me see. Oh, I just saw about the kids at the border. I'm passionate about that, Carrie. Okay. Many of us have spent the lockdown finding our life purpose. Is it appropriate to find a way to help support the environment, Native American issues through our life purpose in our own way? Yes, Dawn, I'm loving this. Using our life purpose with the foundation in gratitude to teach or help. Absolutely. So, some of you, I'm just going to mute all again. Some of you are on a platform, meaning like you might be female entrepreneurs and you can use your existing business, even if it has nothing to do with the environment. I mean, mine doesn't, right? Mine doesn't have anything to do with foster care, but use that platform to then find a way to help the world, help the environment, or also help any of these issues that we've talked about today. So absolutely, you can get, it's really about creativity and being creative and trying to blend it in with a beautiful intention, of helping. If you're not on a platform, you're not a female entrepreneur, there are ways that, again, that you can get creative to help. Okay. So that was awesome. I love that. Okay. Lisa, we absolutely survived this transition and restoration. We absolutely do. So every day, Spirit wants you to just shine a bright light through you, through the crown of your head and all through your body. You know, Lisa, like, to know you, you're one of the most loving, gentle people on here. And
Thank-
so the legit Spirit is saying to me to say to you, then what do you have to worry about? They saying nothing, absolutely nothing.
Okay.
You most beautiful, gentle soul. They keep saying it to me. It makes me want to cry.
Thank you.
You're welcome. I'm getting choked up. Okay. Okay, let me go through. Okay, Carrie Loopy, I know you don't dislike the camera. Come on, sweetie, because I'm passionate about the kids at the border. I just got a little choked up with Lisa.
Can you hear me?
Carrie, let's talk about this. Listen, I think this is Amy with Spirit, okay? So I'm one and the same with them right now. What has happened at the border is disgraceful. It has nothing to do with sides. It is absolutely disgraceful. And
Oh, shoot.
there are, oh, can you hear me, Carrie? Did you lose me?
For a second, I'm back now.
All right,
I froze.
lovey.
Okay.
Okay. Did you hear about my disgracefulness?
Yeah, I think so. You said it's not about sides.
It's
No,
not
that was
about sides. It's
yeah.
about humans and finding a resolution about what is right. And that the children this is Spirit, need to be reunited with their families, like immediately. And they have like a no tolerance policy about the division. And so ask me more about it, Lovey.
Well, I just like get confused, I think, because I know like the media can't technically necessarily be trusted. So I feel like they painted this picture that these kids were coming across with their parents and almost got like ripped apart. But is that what happened? Or were these kids coming over maybe trafficked, maybe not with their parents, and it's not necessarily black and white? Or is it black and white?
It's all of the above. So really, when it comes to the children in that border, everything that you've seen on both sides is true. So this is one issue where the sides could come together.
Okay.
They're saying, yes, they were ripped, but yes, they were human trafficked. It's complicated is what they're saying. They came over in all different ways for all different reasons. And it's one of the biggest issues going on in our country right now that doesn't even get enough attention. So so to answer your question, they're saying like everything, the media is, we know, a low vibration, but everything we've seen, it's truly happening. And it needs to stop.
How do we rectify it?
They're saying peaceful organization and procedures need to take place that are built on how you would treat your own child, or they're saying even an adult, looking at the adult as a child and treating them as a human. And so they're saying that Amy is talking to you from a device that is very complicated to build. And if man can build such a complicated device, they can fix this problem. Or they're saying we can fix this problem. So it has to do with a very like humane process and procedure, and the politics need to stay out of it, is what they're saying. Is that going to happen? But, that's how we need to move forward.
Okay.
Okay?
Yeah.
I know it's tough.
It's very complicated.
It's very complicated. But we need to move from a place of peace, right? And start to, they're saying, release the power and move to peace. This is they're calling it a power struggle.
Could there be blame put on somebody for this or no?
So spirit, they're saying we don't work with blame and shame.
Okay.
So what's done is done, and we are here to help make it better.
Okay.
And they don't get involved in how it happened. They come. Mhm.
I was just gonna say, the reason I ask is because I feel like I'm neutral when it comes to politics, but I'll see people put on Facebook like, this is Trump's fault, and it's almost like a deflection on a way to like kind of make him look bad. And it's like, well, what's the real story? Is it his fault? Is it not? Is this just another reason for people to hate on him? I want to know what the truth is. And it's so hard to find it.
So what you're looking for is they're saying Trump served his purpose for the time, and he brought things to light that needed to be seen. He's not at this time, he's not the right vibration to fix that problem. Okay. So someone different's gonna come in and help. I'm passionate about it too. I would do anything I could to help any child that is in need. Okay.
Yeah. Thank you.
You're welcome, Miss Carrie. Okay. So let me just see. Okay. We'll do a little more. I know, Kathleen, it hits me to the core too. Okay, I don't want to skip over anybody. If I do, I'm so sorry. Let's see. I did the border. Okay, can the babies born into this world and the young children feel the heaviness that's around us? Oh, that's a good one, Elizabeth. Elizabeth, your baby and all the babies born right now, I'm going to cry, are so connected to the light. They are so connected to the light. And these babies being born are super, super, super special. So it's not even to incarnate right now is a miracle. And these little miracles are coming into fruition, and they're picking parents that are really going to understand them. So yes, all little babies, and these little babies are very empathic, and they're really in tune with more of the energies in the home than they are in the world right now. So right now they're in these little cocoons, and these little babies are like picking parents that are interested in everything that I'm speaking about spiritually, and they're so connected, and they're so going to help us. So just know that your little baby and all the babies are really connected to the light and the good right now. So there's nothing to worry about. Okay. 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 Um, love that. Okay. So I'm just going to do a little bit more. Um, uh, okay. So what is the purpose of everyone being home right now, working remotely? Will that stop? It is so isolating, and that can't be good. Okay. I think that was Linda, right? Was that Miss Linda? So know that know that the purpose of being home right now is to take us back to the basics of life, and finding, they had me actually, I think they had me write down some things you can do. Uh this is perfect. They didn't. Okay. So while we're home and we're in isolation, it's number one a time for us to get to know ourselves on a deeper level, and that is because a time here on earth is going to come where we get to make our own choices and decisions that are highest and best for us, and in order to do that, there cannot be any doubt. We have to be able to tune into who we are and what we're about, and be able to move from that place inside our bodies, and then have everyone else around us respect us, right? Doesn't that sound lovely? And so right now, this is phase one of us getting to know ourselves. And you do that through going inside and connecting with things that bring you joy, and every day looking around you, and looking at what you have gratitude for. Okay. How quick we could be inside these homes and look at everything that's wrong with our lives. And if you are looking at everything that's wrong, then that means that some change needs to take place, and some action needs to take place. And so it may be that time for you or for others to make some changes around you. And so that you can create a life inside the home where you just feel so much love and so much peace and so much gratitude. Because we can't, what's the word? They don't like can't. It starts with each of us. So peace in the world starts with each of us as individuals, and it needs to start with each individual home. So we're literally being held inside our home to first build a peaceful life there and inside of ourselves before we can re-enter back into the world. Okay. So I hope that gives you some, we are eventually going to leave our houses again. This isn't forever. This is just, there needs to be a vibration within enough homes to have the level of harmony, peace, enough magnitude to sustain Earth. Okay. So they're making me laugh. They're saying, so the quicker you just do it, the quicker you get out. It's very like, to matter of fact. Okay. Okay. Um, Okay. Is there anything that we can do to help the situation? This is kids being ripped from families at the border. And then I'm just going to address COVID for Judy. And then I think we're going to end it there. Okay. Kids at the borders. They're saying that we each need to write our senators about it and not feel like nothing's going to be done. They want us to stop having the mentality that we take action and it's all done in vain. They want us to sit in our power, sit in our own personal power, sit in our light, and take action that we are making a difference every time we do something. And that each time we hit a roadblock, they're asking us to tune in to our own inner self so that and redirect yourself back to the cause of humanity and what's right for the world. So whether it's writing a senator or it's they want me to look up and see if there's a cause that maybe we can all donate to. I can post it. The big thing here is taking action from the truth inside of you and not feeling like it's not making a difference, because it is. Okay. 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 Judy asked me about COVID. I know, Sue, senators, I knew someone was going to say it. They never respond. However, it has to do with the energetics of feeling like you're taking action. Carrie, you love my bracelets. I love it. I just saw that pop up. It's making me laugh. I needed that. Thank you. Yes, I love these too. Thank you. I do a lot with, they're called the Hathors, and the Hathors are these like gorgeous 7 goddesses. And this is, I have my Christ, but then I also have the Hathors, and they wear bracelets. The bracelets all mean something, but mine are just in honor of the Hathors. And like Hathor energy is very fun and light, and they love shenanigans and anything beauty. So yeah, thank you. Okay. Judy, do you mind coming on so we can talk about COVID?
Sure.
And then I have to go because I actually have to go to the ladies' room. This was good. It was good. It was heavy, but it's good. We definitely need to do another one. Oh, okay. That's good. Kathleen saying wrote the governor and it felt good inside. All right, Judy, let me find you, Lovey. Okay. So you want to know about what's going to happen with COVID.
I just didn't know if there was anything more for the angels to have information for us about it. If there was anything else, like a vaccine or stuff. Like that.
Okay. So they're saying that number one, the less we fear COVID, the better. They want you and everyone else to feel that they are in a spiritual protective bubble. And the more that you can draw that inside of you and really believe that, the more you're in this form of safety. Okay. Yes, there is a vaccine coming. They're saying not this year, but we're at the end of the year. And honestly, they tell me not to get it. So this is coming from them. I mean, you're a senior person, Judy, and I know you have some health. So everyone needs to discern what's highest and best for them. I'm someone that they say, no way, Jose. And they tell me it's too soon. So I listen, but I don't even have the option to get it yet. So it
Yeah.
is coming. And you're going to run it through your own discretion if it feels highest and best for you to get it. It's going to take, COVID is going to take a good, like they're saying, we're year one, almost year one. We have at least 4 more years before it fully eradicates out of humanity. It's a process, but it doesn't mean we're going to be inside the whole time. So it's a process. I'm not going to hold back on that. And like anything, it happens in phases. And happens in phases and stages, and we just have to make the best of it. Right?
Okay.
Okay. I'm
I
gonna.
had a
Mhm.
scientific feeling about vaccines as they're rushing through them. Just like they did with the polio before they came out with the drink, because I remember getting, there were other kinds of preventions before the polio really got to its fine-tuned point.
Right. So, yeah. So I'm just tuning in to see if they'll tell you anything else. They're just saying that they're suggesting we hold off on it.
Yep.
Okay.
Thank you
Okay.
very much.
Oh, you're so welcome. Yeah, you're so welcome. All right, ladies, I'm going to end it here. This was great. You're welcome, Mary. I just saw you. Thank you in the notes. Okay. So just please know the angels are with you. They're helping you. Okay. Remember this. We're going to all think of this. We're connected to the light. They're in the light. Okay. And we're going to begin to integrate with different thoughts and new thoughts and new ideas about humanity and how to move forward. Okay. So we want to kind of be looking for leadership and people with new ideas and new thoughts. And you're going to run everything through your intuition. That's what this is about. So you can make the best choices and decisions for you. Okay. Okay. All right, everyone. I'm sending you so much love. I'm going to sign off. Thanks for tuning in. It was nice to see everyone.
Bye.
Okay. Bye, Judy.